What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Goatwhore, entitled Constricting Rage of the Merciless. This is released on Metal Blade Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of New Orleans, Louisiana, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very volatile, fast-paced, and devilish hybrid of both black metal and thrash metal, with some included elements of many different styles from within metal. I'd honestly have to say that over the course of the last 5+ years or so, this has been a band that has become much more popular and much more well-known and well-regarded within the not only the metal underground, but from a more commercial sort of standpoint. I would say that Goatwhore have become a much bigger entity than ever before. I remember when I first heard their 2006 album, A Haunting Curse, I was really intrigued by this band. Not only because of the band name, but because of the music styles that they brought forth to the table. I thought that it was just absolutely insane. Just the fast speed of the drums, great vocals, awesome riff work, and not to mention this band has a who's who of people from within some very well-known Louisiana metal acts. Most notably, bands that come to mind for me would be Soylent Green and Acid Bath. Just some amazing bands in their own right. But Goatwhore has been steadily getting better and better with time, I'd say. I mean, their first two releases I thought were really awesome. The Eclipse of Ages into Black and Funeral Dirge for the Rotting Sun were absolutely amazing. Then came A Haunting Curse, and then the next two albums after that really showcased that Goatwhore were getting much more well-known and becoming a lot more, I don't want to say accessible, but they continue to make the music in their own sort of way, but it just becomes that much more catchy. It's really creative. I mean, I really loved Carving Out the Eyes of God, and Blood for the Master I thought was a very solid album as well. And of course, this is always a consistently touring machine. This band is always playing festivals, always playing headlining shows, touring. They recently did the tour with Behemoth and Inquisition in 1349 most recently, so these guys are on a tear as we speak. But now we have the 6th full-length under the Goatwhore banner entitled Constricting Rage of the Merciless. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37.5 minutes in length. And personally, between this album and the previous two Goatwhore releases, I'm sensing a lot more diversity in this album. I'm sensing a lot of different elements being brought forth to the table here, but Goatwhore making it in a way that will make it best suited for them. And I think this is absolutely incredible. As with any Goatwhore release, you're going to get some top-quality guitar playing. Sammy Duet is a mastermind and an incredible force behind the guitar here. His riffs are just absolutely insane. Like, take the opening track, Poisonous Existence in Reawakening. Just the riff work on that track alone is just stunning. And then you get to tracks like Bearing Teeth for Revolt, and then Heaven's Crumbling Walls of Pity. You just get some really awesome, straight-up, filthy sort of guitar riffs. You almost have a bit of a sludgy sort of vibe in certain instances, but that's when you get this band's black thrash sort of qualities going on here, and you get some really frenzied and chaotic sort of riff structuring going on there. But then you get to a track like Cold Earth Consumed in Dying Flesh. Dare I say it almost has a sort of doomish sort of quality, with just some of the way the riffs are for the first half of that track. It's very methodical and very crushing. But then towards the next half of that track, you get back to the more traditional sort of Goatwhore riff style, really frenzied, very chaotic. The riff work is sensational. The solos are very well done here. I really love the attention to detail that Sammy Duet does here. When it comes to the bass, I think the bass tone has a very good balance. It's nice and smooth, not too loud or domineering, but still, I think this bass guitar tone definitely handles itself well quite nicely. More often than not, this is more of a guitar-driven sort of record, but still, I think this bassist knows exactly what he's doing, and he definitely delivers a very fine sort of bass tone here. And, yeah, very good bass guitar performance all the way throughout. Moving on to the drums. This guy is a beast behind the kit. I really, really am appreciating his drumming style, and he definitely knows how to deliver the goods. He can add some of those really filthy, crusty sort of D-beat sort of moments throughout this album, but then you get to the black metal inspired blast beats and fast double bass and great fills. This guy does a lot of different patterns and styles going on here, and I think it makes for a very, very intriguing and entertaining drum performance. This guy knows exactly what he's doing, and he definitely plays along to every beat quite nicely here. And moving on to the vocals, I've always liked Ben's vocals. He has always been, to me, one of the most recognizable names and voices within this style of metal. And pretty much, I would expect him to deliver some vocals that are very throaty and rugged and raspy. But I sense a lot of vocal variation going on here. I'm hearing way more emphasis on high screams and low growls. That's kind of something that took me aback here on certain tracks of this album, where you hear his vocal growls. It just sounds so booming. I would never expect him to have a register that low, and it really, really shakes you down to the core. But I really, really love what Ben does here vocally. It is very diverse, and I appreciate the fact that he's willing to make some different sort of changes and ideas to his vocal style. But he still delivers the typical Goatwhore vocal performance, and I think it's very, very wildly entertaining. He's a very charismatic figure, I would say. Great vocal style, great delivery, great vocals, pretty entertaining lyrical styles, especially to the track that was led off for this album, FBS, Fucked by Satan. Crazy entertaining track. Yeah, so overall, this is another really solid entry into the Goatwhore discography. I was very, very pleased with this release. I appreciated the diversity in musicianship, the diversity in the vocals, the overall speeds, the different changes in direction, but only Goatwhore could pull it off, and it definitely sounds really, really smart and intelligent. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Poisonous Existence in Reawakening, Bearing Teeth for Revolt, Cold Earth Consumed in Dying Flesh, Nocturnal Conjuration of the Accused, and Externalize This Hidden Savagery. So, there is a lot of solid moments to be found on this new Goatwhore album. So, yeah, this album is pretty much available wherever this is available in any major retailer. You can buy it at Best Buy, FYE, get it through Indie Merch Store. You can currently catch them on tour for this year's Summer Slaughter Tour. They will be on tour with a very, very wide variety of big acts within metal and hard and other sort of genres. Morbid Angel, Dying Fetus, Thy Art Is Murder, Fallujah, Decrepit Birth, Origin, The Faceless, I think. Yeah, really, really crazy lineup this year, but it's going to be something interesting. So if you're going to see Goatwhore live, definitely make an effort to do so, because they are a fun live act. So I'm going to show you the album again. This is Constricting Rage of the Merciless by Goatwhore. This is released on Metal Blade Records. Check this out. And I'm going to give this a very strong 8.5 out of 10. Great, great Goatwhore release. These guys know how to make a very wildly entertaining metal record, so support Goatwhore. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.